they've heard him from the beginning. So this has been built with him co-signing or having a strong say in everything that's gotten to this point. And I understand that things can quickly change. But what I'm trying to tell people is if I were Joe Tsai, I hear what Kevin Durant has said to me. I understand there's an ultimatum out there that has gotten leaked to the press. Wonder how. About it's either me or Steve Nash and Sean Marks. And what I'm saying to Kevin Durant, if I were Joe Tsai, is it's the Brooklyn Nets franchise. That's who I'm choosing. And I think that's what Joe Tsai's tweet was about. And what's ever in the best interest of the Brooklyn Nets franchise, I'm going to do that. And in my opinion, that's to keep Kevin Durant. And if Kevin Durant, if you don't want to play, if you want to go through training camp and not play, then we're going to have to deal with that with Adam Silver. But the only way I'm going to move Kevin Durant is if I get equivalent assets in return or more for KD. I'm not taking less than what the best player in basketball is worth now in the game. Like, he's the best player in basketball. I'm not taking less for KD. I can't do it. It's not a good business decision, Key.
Explain to me. You keep mentioning Adam Silver getting involved. Like, explain to me, because I don't know how Adam Silver could get involved to a degree to make Kevin Durant play for a team that didn't want to play for, that has a coach and a general manager that's still there. Explain to me how that could happen. Like, how could that take place? What is it that Adam Silver is going to do?
I'm not saying he's going to be able to do anything, but Adam Silver is going to have to end up commentating on this because he already has done it once, and it was pretty awkward. It, right? And my thing is, if it's going to get to a point, it's going to be bad for basketball. It's going to be bad for basketball. You can best believe Adam Silver is going to be asked about it nonstop. Yeah, and if anything, Key, I think what this does, if it prolongs, it creates more issues for players in the league. We've already talked about the NBA looking at the new CBA coming up and saying, hey, all this stuff about players just forcing their way out of situations and, you know, with no consequences and signing long-term deals and then forcing their way out. The league has already been, you know, putting people on blast. But we're going to talk about changes. This just escalates that even more.
No, I understand. I understand that they will look at some of the bylaws and the collective bargaining agreement moving forward based on protecting themselves as a franchise. I just don't see how, if you are the Brooklyn Nets and you are Joe Tsai, or just let's just say the Brooklyn Nets, how do you not move on from Kevin Durant, especially given the fact that you're not willing to fire both individuals that he allegedly has asked for you to fire? I don't know how you don't move on from him, because if you're saying to me that I'm not going to fire those two individuals, but you still got to play for those two individuals and be a part of this team, I don't understand how you're going to be best served given the fact that you got a player who doesn't want to be there, who doesn't want to be with the two individuals that you still have on staff. Like, how is that going to transpire to anything good whatsoever?
But that's why, Key, I said this is a negotiation. So I will come to the table and say, hey, look, Steve Nash, I think he's the answer. Tell me who else is a better answer for you. And then have you give me his court? Yeah, have you give me resumes.
So you're doing that all over again?
Well, no, I would do that because I think a lot of people, including myself, and I love Steve Nash, have questioned how competent Steve Nash is, considering this is his first head coaching experience.
I understand.
And expectations are to win a championship. So we've talked about that over the last 2 years, even though I would also say it's been hard because Steve Nash has never had a team at full strength. But if you're giving me that ultimatum, I might be willing to find middle ground as it relates to Steve Nash. I'm not giving you any middle ground with Sean Marks. Sean Marks is off the table for me. So I might be willing to compromise there with Steve.
But he asked you for both.
But that's what I'm saying. You can ask for anything
you want.
Negotiation key is when
it.
we walk away and everybody's somewhat unsatisfied. Like, you're not going to just win a complete negotiation. We have to meet in the middle here.
But part of the problem, though, is the fact that Kevin Durant asked for both. Okay, let's assume that they say, you know what, Steve Nash. Let's just assume Steve said, you know what, man, I don't need to be a part of this. I'm getting ready to step down. I don't have time for this. I'm a professional. I've won championship, gold medal. I'm out of here. My career is more important. I'm gone. You now asking Kevin Durant to still be in the same building with a guy that he asked to be fired.
You don't have to see Sean Marks. You don't have to interact with Sean Marks.
It doesn't matter whether you got to interact with him or not. They still in the same building.
So what does that have to do with it?
What is Sean Marks gonna do? Not come around? Sean Marks has now got to make some. Sean Marks has now got to make some personnel decisions. And if Kevin Durant is in on all of that, he's got to communicate with him, Jay. If you're giving Kevin Durant autonomy basically to run,
I'm not.
But you are.
I'm not.
By firing Steve Nash,
I'm not.
By coming to Kevin.
I'm not. I'm making
I'm not.
Hey, by the way, Key, just because I come to you and I talk to you doesn't mean I have to do what you advise. I'm receiving your feedback.
No,
right?
but wait, hold on though, Jay. So if Kevin Durant is telling you to fire somebody and you ultimately fire that individual and then you ask Kevin Durant, who do you want? And Kevin Durant says, I want Jay Will to coach the team. And you go and you hire Jay Will, is that not giving him any control?
No, Key, I don't know why you're looking at it so obsolete in that way, like absolute. Like I can go to KD and be like, hey, look, me firing Sean Marks is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's non-negotiable.
Okay.
I am willing to meet you middle ground if you can find me a better candidate for this team than Steve Nash.
I found one, Jay Will.
All right, then let's all talk about that, and I might be willing to do that one, but but that doesn't mean that you have autonomy because I'm willing to meet you in the middle here. I'm willing to take your feedback and listen to you.
You just listened to me and you fired Steve Nash and you hired Jay Will.
But I was already on the verge. But first off, we all have to agree on who we're hiring here. And
see, you keep changing it on me, Jay.
But it's not though, Key.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.